This version includes 3 new key from Dead Poets Society. Let's have the introduction and learn from Group 5.
Good day everyone, we are Group 5 and this is our video presentation entitled Our Life Through the Lens of Dead Poets Society. In this presentation, we will explore how this classic film connects to our subject, understanding the South. We will analyze 3 key scenes from the movie, linking them to the lessons whole person development, PAJ's cognitive development, and social norms and conformity, and how this also reflects our own experiences as adolescents.
There we have the introduction. Now let's start the fun while learning. Here we have Todd's Poetry Breakthrough, a whole person development and adolescence. Todd's poetry centers on remaining poetry as a collaboration, healing, and public art form rather than a solitary one.
The scene reflects the struggles of adolescence, like wanting independence, dealing with peer pressure, and trying to find one's identity. It shows that growing up can be confusing, but also an important stage of learning and self-discovery.
In this scene, we can see different part of full person development: physical, social, emotional, and moral. The characters show change in their body and appearance, how they connect with friends, how they deal with feelings, and how they decide what is right or wrong. These are common experience for teenagers as they grow and try to understand themselves.
In life, I have also faced some of these conflicts, like trying to fit in with others or making my own decision even when people disagree. At first, it was hard, but I learned to trust myself, chose what feels right, understand that mistakes are part of growing up. Through that, I learned more about who am I and what kind of person I want to become.
In Scene 2, we have Mr. Keating's lessons on perspective. Mr. Keating, the inspiring teacher from Dead Poets Society, gives powerful lessons on perspective, many of which align with Jean's theory of cognitive development, especially the formal operational stage, where abstract thinking, reasoning, and perspective taking emerge.
This scene illustrates Piaget's formal operational stage, where adolescents develop abstract reasoning. Mr. Keating helps them to see life from new perspectives, beyond rules and expectations.
It shows metacognition, or thinking about one's own thinking. The students begin to analyze their beliefs and choices more deeply.
And this is how I connect this scene to my personal experiences. I've also had to change my perspective to solve problems. Sometimes, all it takes is seeing things from another angle to find understanding and growth.
In Scene 3, we have the desk stand finale, social norms and conformity. It is that true individuality means standing up for your beliefs even when it goes against social norms and group pressure.
Neil is expected to be a perfect student and become a doctor, but he wants to be an actor. And Todd is expected to stay quiet and live in his brother's shadows, but he wants to speak up and be heard. These rules make me feel trapped, confused, or scared. But when they start doing what they love, they begin to understand who they really are.
Most students follow the school strict rules because they're scared to get in trouble. Mr. Keating, the teacher, encourages them to think for themselves and be brave. Some students like Neil and Todd start doing things they love, like acting or writing poetry, even if it goes against their parents' or school expectations.
Yes, I felt pressure to follow what others expected, like choosing a safe career or acting a certain way. But I've learned that listening to my own voice is important. I tried to speak up, make my own choices, and slowly become more confident.
My main takeaway is that growth begins when we face our fears with courage.
The film showed me that even small acts of courage can change everything.
I discovered that we are all still learning to find our own voice, and that's okay.
This film reminded me that thinking differently is not rebellion, it's maturity. I realized that the best learning happens when we connect lessons to real life.
Carpe diem means taking every opportunity to live purposefully, not recklessly.
I learned that understanding the self means embracing both of our strengths and insecurities.
This project taught me to value teachers who guide us to think for ourselves.
For me, Dead Poets Society is a lesson about living in authenticity and compassion.
Together, we learn to live passionately, think freely, and always seize the day.